movie review, aka After I Saw. And this time around, I'm going to talk about the 2020 Western drama known as News of the World. Now, News of the World was directed by Paul Greengrass and based off the book of the same name, which I've never read, but this tells the story of this Civil War veteran named Captain Jefferson Kyle Kidd, played by Tom Hanks, who after 5 years after fighting in the Civil War, he comes across this young girl named Joanna, played by Helena Zengel, who basically she was taken away from her family years ago. And basically when Jefferson comes across this young girl, he basically travels thousands of miles with her to basically get her to safety, to basically get her to her aunt and uncle. And meanwhile, they come across a whole dangerous situations along the way. And so, of course, Jefferson has to do everything he can to protect this young girl from other deadly people out there. So that's pretty much the story of News of the World. So going into this film, I was really looking forward to this film because of Tom Hanks. It was great to see a new film with Tom Hanks because, you know, he is such a legendary actor and he's, of course, one of my favorite actors. And it was great to see a new Paul Greengrass film, which I think he's a really great director. I liked most of his projects he's directed. I liked the Bourne Supremacy, the Bourne Ultimatum, Green Zone, which that really wasn't one of his best, but it wasn't his worst, but it's still it was a pretty decent movie, and I will review that on my channel, as well as the Bourne films. And he also directed Captain Phillips, which was another Tom Hanks film, which I will review that. And 1993, which was the very first film I've ever saw from this guy. And that was also a great film. And I will review that too. So I'll review those movies on my channel, but let's talk about this new film. But this was a great Western film. I had a really good time watching this film. It's really, and I thought it was going to be rated, I thought it was going to be violent from the way it looks, but no, it is a bit lighthearted because it has some dramatic moments in a Western style, which we usually get for these kind of Western films. Even though most Western films do have drama, but they're mostly like gritty, violent, and bloody and all that. Like most Western films I usually see are just some ones I've heard people talk about, such as Unforgiven or Django Unchained or anything like that, which I will review those on my channel. But this is definitely one of the good ones I've seen, and this is definitely another great Paul Greengrass film. I really liked the acting in this film. Tom Hanks, of course, delivers it once again. He's fantastic in this movie as Captain Jefferson. And you got the young 10-year-old girl in this film, Joanna, played by Helena Zengel. She was also really great in this film. And I think this is one of the best child performances I've ever seen in a film, because nowadays I usually see some kid actors who kind of annoy me sometimes, and there are some good ones who I like, such as Henry Thomas in E.T., Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone, and the four boys from Stand By Me, Corey Feldman, River Phoenix, Will Wheaton, and Jerry O'Connell, and the young girl from Doctor Sleep as well. She was fantastic. But here, young Helena in this film, she delivered a really great performance, and all the acting as well were also pretty good. The direction in this film as well, by Paul Greengrass, it's really great. It's really well directed for some of the action sequences, which they're pretty almost intense, because again, it's mainly about a captain from the Civil War trying to protect this young girl to hopefully get her to safety so she can be safe with her aunt and uncle. And some of the action sequences were very well directed. It's not a whole shaky cam, which I'm not really a fan of shaky cam. Some scenes in films I don't mind, but some of them, if they keep using overused ones, I usually see low budget, cheesy ones, or even just bad ones. I'm not really a fan of those ones because they just put me off. But it's very well directed and it's very well edited as well for some of the gunplay shootings in the film, which they were pretty good. And although a bit of the issue with the film, I just thought it was a little bit too slow. That's my only issue I'd say with this film. It's just like the some scenes were a bit too slow, but it takes its time so well because you get to see like the relationship of Tom Hanks's character and this young girl along their journey when they travel thousands of miles in the Western. And that's pretty much all I have to say about this film. So overall, News of the World, it's a great Western film, it's a great Tom Hanks film, and it's again another great Paul Greengrass film. And I really do recommend this one. And again, it's on Netflix. Definitely check this one on Netflix. It just came out on Netflix today, and I just watched it today. So yeah. So overall, I'm gonna give News of the World a B+. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my review of News of the World. If you did see the film, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Did you enjoy this, or did you not really care for this one? So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all for my next movie review. And this has been Fogan's Media Corner, signing off.